place back of house, because it'll be KAJU Haruka of Japan to go up against Catherine BEAUCHEMIN-PINARD of Canada. It'll be KAJU in the white judo, BEAUCHEMIN-PINARD in blue. Let's take a look and see how they got to this point. A bye in the first round for KAJU, then she had 5, the first of which was Tang Jin. Finished her off. And there was Eva Oberan of Croatia was next to 4. Again, down on the ground. Bo Gankai went over next. That was the quarter-final. Where's little Koji in there, just bringing her down onto the side. Nawana Silva again on the ground in the semi-final. So the warning is out there. Don't go on the ground. On the lower half of the draw, Catherine BEAUCHEMIN-PINARD of Canada. Well, Neil, you had a good look at her.
I certainly did. You say don't go down to ground. Judo Gatame was the first one, and well, it didn't just end there, I can tell you now. Against Kaiser, second round, again, it was just one score there. And then follow through, Hagva Togu, again, Judo Gatame, a really good opportune piece of groundwork, and then Rafaela Silva here, she tried the Judo Gatame, and then it ended with an offside commi. So you're saying don't go down to ground, but I think we might just have a groundwork competition going on here.
Well, the nice thing there is, the referee in the middle for this one is Vasily Smolin Jr., representing the IJF. The nice thing here is that BEAUCHEMIN-PINARD is not going to be afraid to mix it up on the ground.
I don't think she will be, and you know, I think that BEAUCHEMIN-PINARD will probably choose her moment to go to ground with her.
Yeah, why not?
And you know, that's the key point, is that when you attack somebody who's good in newaza, it's got to be on your terms. So yeah, it will be an interesting situation, and it will be, I think, probably a newaza competition. Saying that, you never know.
Just wondering if Catherine BEAUCHEMIN-PINARD's, you know, the physicality that she brings to the contest is going to be the difference here. Is she going to be able to overpower KAJU standing up? I'd go for that.
Yeah, well, like I say, maybe do that. You know, that's going to be the tactics. And then, you know, like I say, if you go down to ground, you get on their back. She's good on the arm, really good on the arm. So, you know, that would be certainly my tactics. And I'm sure she's got great, she has got amazing advice there. And she'll know what her tactical plan is. Another chance for a Canadian gold medal here. And I'm sure my wife, Nikki, will be watching really closely here. Being Canadian herself, of course. KAJU in white, BEAUCHEMIN-PINARD in blue. Final, the under 63 kilos category. Tries the Sumigeshi, and now are we going to see it? Yeah, now. Yeah, she just had a little panic there, didn't she, KAJU?
Yeah, she's normally the one doing the attacking in there,
exactly.
was it?
That's what I said. You know, when you attack them, it's a different thing, because they're not used to that. They're used to dominating and controlling.
Oh, if you're going to drill something in the dojo, you're not drilling the defense.
Well, you don't. You drill your attacks. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. Came in as a number 2 seed, BEAUCHEMIN-PINARD. what were the other choices for the Japanese fighters? Look at this. This might go. Oh, look at this. She might go into it here. That was close.
Just got the leg.
Wow, that was really close there. And she's going to go onto the arm now, and that's exactly the way I would go. And just looking at it there, you know, you'd think, well, this is a great opportunity here. She's working very, very hard here, just looking for that little bit of space. Just give me a little bit of space there, and we'll have a little attack onto that arm. Head away. Can she go in? Can she slot in? Referee allowing it to go on. Now this is what doesn't happen to KAJU very often. So far, the Newaza exchanges, BEAUCHEMIN-PINARD has come up best. She wants another go at it, doesn't she? She really does. I mean, she wouldn't be doing that, you know. Hopefully, we don't get any kind of penalty for that. Oh no, it's going to be KAJU. Yeah. No, I was hoping that BEAUCHEMIN-PINARD didn't get it for dropping on her back.
Okay, little Sumigaeshi attempt, blocked by KAJU, so again she has to defend it, so there won't be a false attack. She moved her as well with that one.
Yes, she's way behind, isn't she, KAJU? In fact, I don't think we've seen her do a big attack herself, and I think that's what coach is shouting out. And we knew that probably from a Tachiwaza point of view, I mean, I think you got the tactics probably right there. You know, look for the Tachiwaza, and then when you get the chance, let's have the Newaza.
Yamaguchi Kirari and Takaichi Miku were the other choices. I suppose a little bit lower down Nabakuranami, but she's probably, you know, done her time. Takaichi, I think, would probably have been the other
possibility.
Pick.
Yes.
But I guess what they're looking at is the fact that Takaichi is 31. She's in her second
They're looking
incarnation.
For next Olympics, aren't they, in this next cycle, really, you know, and how many times will KAJU be out there now?
25, so we went with the younger fighter.
How awkward does that look? How awkward does BEAUCHEMIN-PINARD look there? Almost back to front there on KAJU.
45 seconds, a single score now would take it. Whoever scores now will take it.
I'm really hoping, certainly from my perspective, I'm thinking don't overdo it with the Sumigaeshi, you know, look for something else.
She's penalty free, so the risk really isn't there that bad. Thought about the little Kosotagaki, you know, kind of mixed action Kataguruma.
This isn't a good place to be. It really isn't a good place to be here.
Got to get the turn right.
Yeah, and she's really holding on tight to that foot there. And if she gets that foot out, the referee will allow it to carry on. And she traps it again. Yeah. That's going to come out this time, though. And I think that she's going to have to go. Look at that.
She was good.
Yes,
Timed
she did
right.
well there. She really did time that right.
This is a very good showing from BEAUCHEMIN-PINARD. If I was the coach, I'd be really happy with everything that she's done up to now. She just nullified any kind of danger. That's the first time that she's been in any danger.
Yes, and she's had a couple of really good attacks as well on the ground.
Yeah, strong ones.
Really strong attacks herself. And we knew that, you know, they're pretty even, actually, on the ground. Saying that, she needs to not give her those same chances again. Now she's on, and this is where she's strong.
She's forced her into that Setemi-waza
She wants
effort.
that turn, look, and she's after the turn. Wasn't quite balanced right. Wraps that belt up here, looking for the turnover. This isn't a good place to be. This is a possibility of coming out. She's got the Osai Komi. And she's got the Osai Komi there. It was always the danger, wasn't it?
5 seconds is all that needed.
Golden score, and KAJU is the world champion. So the Newaza won out in the end, didn't it? And it was a good exchange, though, and a really good contest.
KAJU Haruka of Japan did in the final what she'd done all day and just took them on the ground. Every one of them.
Yes, everyone, Ippon, all the way. Yes. So credit to her. You know, as Dennis van der Geest said, he said, you do the job with the tools you've got. Yeah. He's right.
I mean, we would never complain about someone who'd thrown everyone for Ippon with Uchimata.
No.
Why should we worry if they use another aspect of the, you know, another waza?
It's what I love, Sheldon, about this, you know, the freedom and the openness of the transition, and the fact that we're having so much more newaza now and chances. It's just opened it all up. And that's our game, you know, that's what makes us different to jiu-jitsu and any kind of any kind of sport that doesn't incorporate the transition from tachiwaza to newaza. You know, that's our sport. That leg came out, didn't it? She just kept that foot up there. She just needed to secure that for 5 seconds. That was a really, really tight hold down. BEAUCHEMIN-PINARD was not going out of that. She was not getting out. That could have been there for the full 20 seconds, I think, but she only needed 5. And the reason she only needed 5 was because it was in golden score.
And the first score in golden score wins.
Is a Yuko, yeah. And wow.
That podium is going to look a little bit different from the one that we were speculating on this morning. Possibly BEAUCHEMIN-PINARD being one that we spoke about and said, yes, should be up there, but no Joanne van Lisshout, no Zimanska, she was there before, no Ljubljana Pievasana, Eva Oberan, they all got tumbled. Melkia Ochakon, Laura Fazli, who's up there, no man on the keta, so there were quite a few from